Hey everyone. Today, I'm diving into the wild world of natural disasters. We're going to explore some of the most powerful and awe-inspiring forces on our planet. These are those massive forces of nature that can change everything in just a few minutes. They can reshape landscapes, displace communities, and leave a lasting impact on our world. If you've ever watched news footage of hurricanes, earthquakes, or wildfires, you know what I'm talking about. The sheer scale and intensity of these events are often hard to fathom. But what really happens when natural disasters call? What are the underlying causes, and what are the immediate effects? Let's break it down. We'll look at the science behind these events and examine real footage to understand their impact. First up, earthquakes. These are among the most terrifying and destructive natural events. Imagine the ground suddenly shaking beneath your feet. The feeling of instability and the sound of rumbling can be incredibly frightening. That's because tectonic plates deep under the Earth's surface, massive slabs of rock that make up the Earth's crust, are grinding against each other. This process is slow and continuous, but the friction and pressure build up over time. When they finally slip, when the force exceeds the friction, all that built-up energy is released as seismic waves. These waves radiate outwards from the point of rupture, causing the ground to shake. Real footage shows cities trembling, buildings and infrastructure struggling to withstand the force, buildings swaying, sometimes violently, and sometimes, if the quake is strong enough, entire streets cracking open. The earth itself seems to be tearing apart. It's fast, unexpected, and powerful. The aftermath can be devastating, with widespread damage and loss of life. Next, let's talk about hurricanes. These are some of the most dramatic and destructive weather events on Earth. They are massive storms that form over warm ocean waters. The warm water provides the energy that fuels these powerful systems. Picture swirling clouds covering hundreds of miles, a vast vortex of energy spinning across the ocean, with wind speeds that can top 150 miles per hour. That's enough force to cause widespread destruction. Stock videos show palm trees bending, struggling against the relentless wind, roofs flying off, ripped away by the sheer force of the hurricane's winds, and streets turning into rivers. Storm surge, the abnormal rise of water generated by a hurricane, can inundate coastal areas. The eye of the storm is calm, a deceptive lull in the midst of the chaos. But the edges? That's where the real chaos happens. The eye wall, the ring of intense thunderstorms surrounding the eye, contains the hurricane's strongest winds and heaviest rainfall. Moving on to floods, another common and devastating natural disaster. Sometimes from hurricanes, when storm surge pushes water far inland, sometimes from heavy rain or melting snow. Excessive rainfall can overwhelm drainage systems, leading to widespread flooding. Floods can happen slowly or in a flash. Flash floods, in particular, are incredibly dangerous due to their sudden onset and rapid rise of water. Real footage captures muddy water rushing through neighborhoods, inundating homes and businesses. Cars floating away, becoming debris in the powerful current, and people scrambling for higher ground. Evacuation is often the only option in the face of rising floodwaters. It's a reminder of just how quickly water can turn from life-giver to life-taker. The destructive power of floods is a force to be reckoned with. Now, wildfires. These are a growing threat in many parts of the world, fueled by climate change and dry conditions. These usually start with a spark, maybe lightning, maybe human activity, like a discarded cigarette or an unattended campfire, and spread rapidly when conditions are dry. Dry vegetation acts as fuel, allowing the fire to spread quickly and uncontrollably. Video from wildfire zones is intense. Orange skies, filled with smoke and ash, creating an eerie and apocalyptic atmosphere. Walls of flame, consuming everything in their path, and entire forests turning to ash. The scale of destruction is often staggering. The heat and speed are almost unimaginable until you see it yourself. Wildfires can move at incredible speeds, making them difficult to contain. Finally, let's look at tornadoes. These are some of the most unpredictable and violent weather events. These twisting columns of air form during severe thunderstorms, when warm, moist air collides with cold, dry air, touching down with winds that can rip apart homes in seconds. The force of a tornado is truly terrifying. Real tornado footage is jaw-dropping. A swirling vortex of destruction tearing across the landscape, debris swirling, carried aloft by the powerful winds, power lines snapping, creating a dangerous and chaotic scene, and people taking shelter wherever they can. Seeking refuge in basements, storm cellars, or interior rooms is crucial for survival. So, why does any of this matter? Why should we care about these distant and sometimes frightening events? Well, understanding natural disasters is the first step to staying safe. Knowledge is power, and being informed can help you protect yourself and your loved ones. Always pay attention to warnings, heed the advice of local authorities, and stay informed about potential threats in your area. Know your local evacuation routes, plan ahead, and be prepared to leave quickly if necessary, and have an emergency kit ready. Stock it with essential supplies like food, water, medication, and a first aid kit. Nature's power is awesome, a force that demands respect and understanding. But with a little knowledge, one can be prepared for whatever comes next. By taking proactive steps, we can mitigate the risks and protect ourselves from harm. Stay curious, stay safe, and remember that preparedness is key. Have you had any experience with any of these natural disasters? Share your experience with us in the comments section, and do well to subscribe to our channel, please. I'll see you in the next video.